Jessie with Vintage Remedies, and today I'm going to show you how to make a soothing peppermint foot soak. We travel a lot during this time of the year to go out to conventions and conferences and show you all the great resources that Vintage Remedies has to offer. But at the end of the day, what that means for all the girls in the office is that they are exhausted, their feet are tired, and they definitely need some pampering. So I'm going to show you what I'm making them. I'm going to tuck this actually into their suitcases right before we check into the hotel this weekend so that they can pamper themselves at the end of the long, hard day. And it's really easy to do. We're going to start with about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Now, I'm using coconut oil for a couple of reasons. Number one, because it's a thick emollient and soothing oil, so it's going to be great for their feet, give them a little bit of moisture at the end of the day. As they take their feet out of the foot soak, then it's going to coat their skin and make sure that they're nice and moisturized for the next day. The other reason is because I'm using peppermint essential oil, and you should never use peppermint essential oil undiluted on your skin. You want to get the best quality essential oil you can find, and of course dilute it so that you don't burn your skin because it's such a potent oil. Less is always more with essential oil, so I'm using about 4 to 6 drops in this formula. And of course, that's still plenty to smell. I can already smell it from way down here, and pretty soon it's going to be permeating the entire room. So now I'm mixing this very, very well because, again, I want to make sure all of that peppermint oil is thoroughly diluted in this coconut oil. We don't want any of it left on its own. Now, once we do that, we're ready to add the salts. We use Mediterranean sea salts because they have a lot of nutrient-rich minerals and magnesium, things that are anti-inflammatory to your skin, and your feet can actually absorb some of those nutrients out of the water while they're soaking. So it's a double benefit, and of course that magnesium, again, is anti-inflammatory, which is what we want at the end of a long, hard day. And I've got roughly 2/3 of a cup that I'm pouring in here to my tablespoon of coconut oil with the drops of essential oil. And my goal at this step is to make sure that all of that coconut oil basically disappears into the salt. You don't want clumps of oil left in there. You want it to look as though there's not any oil at all in there, because again, it's not a moisturizing foot soak, it's a soothing foot soak. The oil is just there to add a couple of hidden benefits. So once those are all thoroughly blended together really well, then we have the base for our foot soak. Now, because we use the peppermint essential oil, I'm going to add some organic peppermint leaves. But you could also add some other soothing herbs as well. You could add calendula or chamomile at this step. The peppermint we use, of course, we get from our supplier. It's organic peppermint. And we're adding about 1/3 of a cup. You want 1 part of this to 2 parts of the salt. It's generally the best ratio for this sort of thing. And this is just going to enhance the benefits from the peppermint oil. This is going to help to stimulate blood flow to your feet, which will help, of course, energize your feet after a long day, and it's also going to help to soothe and relax your feet. And it also makes your product really pretty with the green specks in there. Once that's blended, you are finished and you are ready to use it. To use it, all you need to do is put about a tablespoon into a sink. You want to clog the sink at the bottom and fill it with warm water, not hot, but pretty warm. Put about a tablespoon of this in, and then of course soak your feet until you're finished. What I'm going to do with it is put it into these little cello bags. These are compostable, which is great, so after we're finished we can just toss them in the compost bin. We haven't made any waste. And I'm going to actually tuck one of these reusable tea bags in the top because this will hold enough for 3 to 4 applications. This way the girls can go ahead and use it there in the hotel without having to clean up any mess afterwards. Tie it up with some pretty green ribbon, and they're going to be set to be fully pampered at the end of the day, so they're relaxed and rejuvenated and ready to help you again the next day at a convention. I'm going to finish packaging these up. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jessie with Essentials for Your Healthy Home.